Imagine a small child sitting at the piano. Each finger speaks with the notes, every sound trembling hearts and mesmerizing the audience. This child is not just a performer, but a prodigy who will change the future of the music world. His name is Franz Liszt, the symbol of virtuosity, romanticism, and mysterious musical power. Fact 1. Franz Liszt's birth and childhood. Franz Liszt was born on October 22, 1811, in the town of Rading, Hungary. His family was closely connected to music. His father, Adam Liszt, worked as a musician at the court and gave Franz his first piano lessons. Although Franz was the sixth child in the family, he stood out for his musical talent from an early age. The hours he spent at the piano as a child developed not only his technique, but also his emotional expression. Seeing his potential, his father planned to send him to Paris for further musical education. By the age of 7, Franz had already begun playing the piano, quickly capturing the full attention of his family and those around him. By the age of 9, young Franz was giving his first concerts across Europe and had earned the title of a child prodigy. These early successes foreshadowed his future as one of the greatest piano virtuosos in the world. Fact 2. Early musical talent and first performances. Franz Liszt was deeply connected to music from a very young age. By the age of 7, he was already displaying extraordinary skills at the piano and could quickly memorize melodies. His father, Adam Liszt, gave him rigorous lessons to further develop his talent, and young Franz's technical abilities improved rapidly. By the age of 9, Liszt was already performing on Europe's musical stages, giving his first public concerts. These performances brought him attention not only from his family, but also from major music centers such as Paris and Vienna. Audiences were amazed by the sensitivity and energy of his playing, and music critics referred to him as a child prodigy. These early successes laid the foundation for Franz Liszt's future role as a piano virtuoso and an irreplaceable figure in the world of music. Fact 3. Education in Paris and early career. Although Liszt's talent amazed everyone from childhood, the true beginning of his musical education and career took place in Paris. At a young age, his father sent Franz to Paris, one of Europe's major music centers. There, Liszt studied with prestigious music teachers, gaining deep knowledge in piano technique and music theory. In Paris, the young Liszt did more than just study. He performed in the city's salons and music gatherings, gaining his first public performance experience. His playing style was captivating. Each note seemed to speak, and every melody was full of emotion and drama. Audiences were mesmerized by his virtuosity and praised him highly. By the age of 15, Liszt was performing in Paris's most prestigious music salons, attracting the attention of both musicians and aristocrats. These early years strengthened his technical skills, deepened his musical understanding, and established him as a famous young piano virtuoso in Europe. Liszt's education and early performances in Paris not only enhanced his musical abilities, but also laid the foundation for his successful European tours and future career. During this period, he mastered classical piano traditions while developing his uniqueness, proving that he would become a virtuoso who would leave a lasting mark on the music world. Fact 4. First European tours and Liszt's fame. The education and early successes Liszt gained in Paris gave him recognition not only in the city's salons but throughout Europe. From a young age, he began touring major European music centers, giving concerts that amazed audiences. One of his first tours took place in 1823, visiting several cities in Hungary and Germany, where young Liszt's virtuosic playing left listeners in awe. His performances stood out not only for their technical perfection, but also for their dramatic and emotional style. Audiences were captivated by his playing. In some concerts, spectators cried out of amazement, while others rose to their feet in excitement. This phenomenon became known as Lisztomania. People attended his performances with great passion and love, sending gifts and letters. Liszt's fame grew rapidly, and at a young age he became a symbol of piano virtuosity across Europe. These tours allowed Liszt to further develop his musical skills and explore the diverse musical cultures of Europe. Each concert enriched his repertoire, and every performance strengthened his reputation as a recognized and influential performer. Liszt's first European tours created not only a milestone in music history, but also a major cultural phenomenon in European society. Fact 5. Rise as a composer in famous works. Franz Liszt left an irreplaceable mark on music history, not only as a virtuoso pianist, but also as a creative composer. During his European tours, he began presenting his art both as a performer and as a composer. Liszt's compositional style reflected the emotion and theatricality of the Romantic era, and his music was notable for both technical complexity and emotional depth. Among his most famous works are Hungarian Rhapsodies, Lisztomania, and Année de Pèlerinage. The Hungarian Rhapsodies stand out for combining Liszt's national musical heritage with modern piano technique, captivating listeners with melodic richness and rhythmic energy. Lisztomania is a delicate example of romantic piano music filled with love and passionate emotion. Année de Pèlerinage reflects the musical impressions Liszt gathered during his travels across Europe, showcasing the breadth of his creative abilities. Liszt also transcribed famous symphonic and operatic works for piano, making them accessible to a wider audience. This allowed him to gain recognition not only as a virtuoso performer, but also as a composer. His rise as a composer ensured that Liszt was acknowledged in music history not only as a performer, but also as a symbol of great creativity. Fact 6. Liszt's teaching career and students. Franz Liszt was not only recognized as a piano virtuoso and composer, but also played an irreplaceable role in the music world as a great teacher. His teaching style went beyond technical development. Liszt taught his students to feel the music, express it, and develop their own creativity. While teaching in Paris and other European cities, Liszt trained many future great piano virtuosos. Among his students were renowned musicians such as Hans von Bülow, Karl Tausig, and Emil von Sauer. Liszt's lessons were not limited to piano technique. He also taught music theory, composition, and interpretation skills. Liszt's teaching greatly contributed to the development of the piano school across Europe. He taught his students not only to play the notes, but to speak through the music and bring each note to life. As a result, Liszt's pupils played an important role in the development of piano music both in Europe and in later generations, passing on his ideas and style from one generation to the next. Fact 7. The phenomenon of Lisztomania and his fame. Franz Liszt's successes in Europe turned him into not just a musician, but a social phenomenon. His performance style, virtuosity, and charisma captivated audiences so much that people treated his concerts like a celebration. This phenomenon even had a special name, Lisztomania. Audience members at Liszt's concerts would cry, shout, and sometimes rush the stage just to touch his hands. His performances attracted the attention of both young and old, with people marveling at every movement and note. In some cases, spectators sent gifts, wrote letters, and celebrated his presence on stage as a legendary event. Lisztomania was not only about his performance skills, but also about Liszt's personal charm and charisma. His fame created a unique phenomenon in European music history. At a young age, Liszt became known across the continent, and his piano virtuosity became a symbol. This phenomenon also set a new standard for musicians. Audiences began to demand not only technical mastery, but also emotional depth in every performance. Fact 8. Liszt's turn to religious and spiritual music. In the later years of his life, Franz Liszt's musical and personal journey took a spiritual and religious direction. While in his youth, he was captivated by large European tours and the allure of salon life. In later years, he turned towards spiritual depth in church music. He composed works inspired by religion in Rome and other European cities, contributing to the development of sacred and church music genres. Liszt's spiritual works were notable for both their technical complexity and emotional depth. His compositions such as Christus, Via Crucis, and several other church pieces express the feelings of the human soul, humility, and devotion. During this period, Liszt also developed close connections with clergy, creating a bridge between his religious life and his music. Fact 9. Liszt's piano technique and virtuosity. Franz Liszt left an irreplaceable mark on music history, not only as a composer, but also as a piano virtuoso. His playing allowed him to perform even the most complex and technically demanding works of his time with apparent ease. Liszt's finger technique, speed, and dynamic range were unparalleled. He could make the piano sound both like an orchestra and a solo instrument. Liszt's virtuosity was not measured by technique alone. Every note and chord in his performances came alive with emotion. Audiences immediately felt the dramatic contrasts, rhythmic variations, and subtle nuances in his playing. Liszt also transcribed operas and symphonies for piano, creating works that were technically and expressively challenging for pianists, yet musically rich and captivating. Fact 10. Liszt's death and musical legacy. Franz Liszt passed away on July 31, 1886, in Bayreuth, Germany. His death was a great loss for the music world, as Liszt was not only the virtuoso pianist and celebrated composer of his time, but also a symbol who left a lasting mark on music history. Throughout his life, he performed in Europe's most famous music salons, trained thousands of students, and brought the music of the Romantic era to stages around the world. Liszt's musical legacy lives on not only through his compositions, but also in piano schools across Europe and the world, in his students, and in the playing styles of pianists. His virtuosity, expressive power, and compositional style set new standards in piano artistry. Liszt also combined national and spiritual musical elements in his works, securing a unique place for himself in music history. Franz Liszt was not only a piano virtuoso and prodigy, but also a symbol who left a lasting mark on music history. His virtuosity, creativity, and love for spiritual music continue to inspire millions of people today. If you want to embark on a journey into the magical world of music and learn more about such amazing stories, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video. In upcoming videos, you'll discover more musical geniuses and the mysterious stories of their lives.